My guest today played the role of Parker in the 2021 movie Jurassic Hunt. Please welcome Courtney Loggins. Hi, Courtney. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. First of all, I'm curious as to know how you got the role of Parker.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah. First of all, I'm curious. I want to know how do you get the role of Parker?
Well, it was really kind of what most people might call a dream come true. I went to school in Los Angeles many years ago, and I had my first daughter in 2009. I moved away from Louisiana, or excuse me, away from Los Angeles back home to Louisiana, lived there, raised my kids, and then I moved to Colorado in 2015. And, I've done a lot of theater. I've also been a performing arts educator. And I had pretty much given up on any idea of having a film acting career or anything like that. And I actually got the role because some friends of a friend of a friend from when I went to school in Los Angeles had moved to Colorado. And he and his wife were working as the director, Hank Braxton, and his wife, Ariel Brockfeld, had relocated to their home state of Colorado and reached out to me. And they said they wanted to film a movie in Colorado. And they asked me if I would be interested in coming and working on the film with them. And I was like, yeah, sure, I can be a PA. I'll grab coffee, and and then they asked me actually to send in an audition tape. And it had actually been so long since I had submitted an audition on video that the last time I had done it, it was actually on VHS. So I submitted an audition, and they asked me if I would come and do the film with them. And so it kind of it's one of those things where it kind of landed in my lap when I was least expecting it. And so that's how I got it. I don't have an agent. I don't actively go out and audition for films. So it was a really lucky break.
Like you said, it's a lucky break, but it's a very good and big break for your career.
Yeah, absolutely. It was interesting because when this came up, I really didn't realize that they were asking me to read for the lead role. And then when I got it, it kind of changed my life in a lot of ways. I kind of realized like, wow, this is my moment to have I grew up watching Alien and Terminator 2, and, it's like, oh my gosh, this is my Sigourney Weaver, Linda Hamilton dream come true. And so I went hard and got in the gym and started training, and I did all of my own stunts for the film, and I kind of did it all on my own, but it was a lot of fun. I was in the best shape of my life.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell people what is the story of Jurassic Hunt?
So the story of Jurassic Hunt is it starts off and there's a group of people being flown out to an unknown location, and you find out in the first few minutes that they are there for a very elite hunting trip. It's a big game hunting trip, and it is on a kind of like a Jurassic Park style, amusement park. They've engineered dinosaurs specifically for the purpose of big game hunting. And my character is there along for the hunt, and it turns out that she is an undercover agent looking to expose the cruelty and animal abuse on this big game hunt. So, clearly every bit of it should be taken seriously. It's
if you have to describe Parker, do you think it's a quiet person that she can do something big, or she's a big mouth, that she don't want to choose something wrong, or how do you describe Parker?
Well, I think, Parker is a lot like me in a lot of ways. I grew up in a family where there were a lot of, I had three brothers. I had a whole bunch of male cousins. I invariably found myself as being kind of the only girl in the situation. So in this instance, I mean, she's the only female on the hunt. She ends up, kind of having to defend herself from some attacks. She's tough. She's kind of no bullshit. She's tough and nobody's going to mess with her. But she also kind of can't blow her cover. So she's kind of secretive. But she's also very sensitive deep down. She loves these dinosaurs. She wants them to be okay.
I want to know, how was it to play with the dinosaur? Since dinosaurs aren't real, it was tough to bring real emotion to the character for the movie.
Yeah, I mean, with anything, it's, again, I've been panned quite a bit. If all you have to do is go to YouTube or Reddit and read all of the comments about my horrible acting. I think a lot of people don't understand that for this type of movie, that's kind of the point, is that the acting is not supposed to be good. It's a style, it's camp. And basically, I had to play all of those scenes as if they were really real to me. Most of the scenes that we shot were done in one take. So it was kind of deliberately set up to not be great acting. But my part in that was to just play the moment as realistically as possible. When I first read the script, I kind of saw it as almost like melodrama, it's almost like the acting that you would see in like The Naked Gun or, something like that. But I found that it was actually funnier the more real I played it. So, I mean, as with any acting job, you have substitutions. So you might think about your own pet or child or something like that. Yeah, it wasn't really hard to play it. But it was a little bit more, I went for realism and, yeah, it's meant to kind of come across as sort of cheesy acting. So,
like you said, I think everybody have to understand that it's not Jurassic World. It's not
right.
Park. Can we compare the movie to maybe Sharknado? In this?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a perfect example. In fact, I mean, it is meant to be absurd. It is meant to be just fun and silly. It's meant to be one of those things where you just suspend disbelief. We had a lot of fun on the set, just coming up with ridiculous moments. It was actually kind of harder for me because I had to play everything straight and serious, so I didn't get to have as much fun as the other people with ad-libbing and, coming up with funny moments and stuff. And it was really hard not to laugh through a lot of those sequences. So there are a few scenes where you can almost see me like trying to hold back my laughter and not break character.
Like a first-person shooter game, I think the movie brings blood, violence, emotion, and for sure a lot of dinosaurs. Do you think Jurassic Hunt is the perfect movie for a good night of fun and on-screen violence?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's what it's for. The sad part about it is that, we filmed this in the fall of 2019. Okay. And so this ideally would have been released in the summer of 2020. and it would have been like a, one of those movies that you see at like the Beverly Cinema at midnight, with everybody, throwing popcorn at the screen and stuff like that. I feel like it's unfortunate that this movie ended up going just straight to DVD, straight to streaming. But so much changed with the way that films were released in that next few months. So it didn't really get to have the full unfurling of its power in terms of the type of movie it really is, It's definitely ridiculous. It's a lot of fun. There's definitely like great gore moments if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't want to give anything away too much for anyone who hasn't seen it, but it's definitely one of those get your friends together, stream it on Amazon or Google or grab it out of the Red Box and bring a few friends over, play some drinking games, laugh at the ridiculousness of it and just have fun,
If you have to pick only one scene or favorite quote of the movie for your character, which one did you choose?
Oh, I mean, there's definitely there's a scene where the camera just like closes in on me and it says the Jurassic Hunters have become the Jurassic Hunted. I mean, to me, that pretty much sums up exactly the absurdity of the whole thing. I had a hard time keeping a straight face on that one.
Do you think this movie could be possible to have a sequel?
I certainly hope so. I've actually talked to Hank and Ariel about this, and I'd like to see, Parker after everything has happened and she goes back home, and then maybe we find out more of her origin story and perhaps why she's so involved in this mission, because there's no real explanation in the first movie. So I think it leaves a lot of space to kind of fill in the blanks and create a lot more fun. I kind of, I like the idea that perhaps, she's really just like a single mom trying to make it on her own. But I don't know, maybe that's just because that's who I am. But I think that there's a lot of room to have fun with it. And I know that we've had a few discussions about it. But yeah, as long as I'm in Colorado, and Ariel Brockfeld, the producer, actually just became the deputy film commissioner for the state of Colorado. So I'm sure we'll be doing a lot more projects together in the next couple of years. Hopefully Jurassic Hunt.
Very nice to hear this.
Yeah.
According to you, what is the moral to the story of Jurassic Hunt?
The moral? God, I haven't even thought about that. Jeez. I suppose the moral of the story
is not a good idea, but about that.
Right. I would say the moral of the story, just like with Alien and just like with T2, if there's a woman around that's telling you something, you should listen to her.
My girlfriend,
generally, I think the moral is,
to hear this interview. My girlfriend don't have to hear this.
I think the moral of the story is just listen to the women. They're always right.
Cool. Just to close, would you mind telling people what you got going on? What are you working at this time we speak now?
So, like I said, the COVID-19 kind of put a damper on all of this. I kind of thought when I started filming this movie, like, oh, this is going to be my comeback, and I'm going to go back to LA and start my acting career and all this stuff. And it kind of just didn't happen that way. So right now, actually, I'm a public school teacher. I teach middle school and high school drama and yearbook. I'm currently directing a show in my community. I'm trying to build up a community theater program. I live in a small town in Colorado, and I'm just hoping to kind of build up an ensemble of young people that are interested in theater. And in the next year or so, I'm going to be partnering with some people in this area. I can't say too much about it right now, but we're looking at building a film program here in the town that I live in near Colorado Springs. My goal is actually to hopefully inspire young people to kind of go out and start making their own projects, you know, and filming their own short films and things like that. So I'm looking more at long term. You know, I don't know that I necessarily want to continue being an actor. I don't know if I necessarily want to be a leading action star again, unless I was going to reprise this role. But yeah, I'm much more interested in arts education and empowering young people to find their own pathway and career, or even if it's not their career, just a passion for storytelling and filmmaking. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I've got my own kids, and just trying to make a better way for them.
On my point of view, we need more Parker, more Jurassic Hunt, and also more Courtney Loggins on the screen. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.